It's not even August yet and we almost got the whole January 2026 LEGO Star Wars wave leaked, thanks to Jedi Samwise Bricks, maxbaut.de and the Brick News. And in this video I'm gonna go over all the leaks and rumors for the upcoming LEGO Star Wars 2026 January sets and also some rumors for later sets that we don't know the release dates yet, but that are some very interesting sets, so yeah, we'll see. Of course it has to be said that all these leaks are just leaks and rumors, so nothing is really set in stone. And it's subject to change, whether it's the price or even the whole set or some minifigure lineups. It's just rumors and leaks, so definitely don't get your hopes up too high in case something changes. Starting off with the first set on the list, this is set number 75436, Mandalorian Speeder Bike. This set is rumored to cost $9.99 and gonna include 58 pieces. And it's rumored to include the UCS Razor Crest Mando minifigure, and I don't know about that, but I probably think it will also include Grogu, but it's just on my side. And it's of course going to release January of 2026. Now for me personally, this is not the most exciting set besides the rumor that it's gonna include the UCS Razor Crest minifigure from Mando, which I didn't think about. I thought this would probably be a set based on Mando and Grogu, so the later version of Mando. But yeah, it seems like they're gonna reuse this Mando minifigure from the UCS set, which is amazing because it's a really great figure and it's awesome that a lot of people can get it for cheap. But on the same side, a lot of people are not gonna be happy that this rare and expensive minifigure is gonna be included in a $10 set. So yeah, let me know down your opinions about this in the comments below. The next set on the list is set number 75436, Cobb Vanth vs Cad Bane Duel Set. This set is gonna release also in January of 2026 for $29.99 and with 207 pieces. It's obviously gonna include Cobb Vanth and also Cad Bane, and it's gonna be based on the Book of Boba Fett, which I think is interesting that they now decide to do more sets based on this show. I think it's nice that we finally get a Cobb Vanth and also the Book of Boba Fett version from Cad Bane, but it's just, yeah, kinda late. I would also hope that we maybe get a Black Chrysanthemum sometimes in the future, because this would be a really cool minifigure. Otherwise, yeah, I think it's cool for the minifigures, but it's probably not gonna be the craziest build in the set, so yeah, solid set, but I'm not all too hyped about this. It seems like we're also gonna be getting 2 more additions to the Midi scale / Starship collection, and the first one is gonna be set number 75440, an unknown Midi scale Starship. This set is gonna retail for roughly $60 and gonna include 625 pieces. We don't know for sure what it's gonna be, but according to maxbaut, it seems like it's gonna be a Midi scale 8080, which is interesting as LEGO called this the Starship collection, so you maybe think it's only spaceships. But no, it seems like we're gonna be getting a Midi scale 8080, which I think is a nice idea. I think there's quite a lot of people who can't or just simply don't want to afford the $800 UCS 8080, which is already from the market anyways. So I think there's quite a lot of people who would like to have a more display version of an 8080, contrary to a Playscale version, which also currently is not on the market. So I think there's definitely an interest group for this set. Yeah, I got the UCS version, which I also want to review on this channel in the future. So I'm not all too hyped about this, but if they include some snowy base, maybe I could see myself getting this set. And most of what I just said is gonna apply for the second Midi scale set, set number 75441. Midi scale Venator. This set is gonna retail for roughly $80 with 643 pieces. And I think just the same, like the 8080, there's gonna be a lot of people who would like to have the UCS Venator but just don't have the space, money, or just don't want it that big and would like to have a display version of this model just smaller. And I think the Midi scale Venator is just a no-brainer for LEGO to do. I think it's gonna sell really well if it's designed nicely, and I could see a lot of people being really happy about this set. Now, of course, with the Mando and Grogu movie releasing in 2026, there's gonna be a lot of sets based on this movie. At least that's what I suppose there will be. And set number 75443 is gonna be an unknown Grogu set. It's set to include 107 pieces for roughly $20. And we don't know really what it's about. If it's gonna be a little display piece with Grogu on it, if it's gonna be a more brickhead thing, which I don't think based on the set number. It could literally be anything just with Grogu in it, so yeah, we don't know much about this. There's also gonna be another Mech. This time it's set number 75448, Shock Trooper Mech. It's gonna include 151 pieces and gonna retail for roughly $15. Yeah, and it's probably gonna include just a clone Shock Trooper. I'm not the biggest fan of those mechs, but I'm also not the target audience. So yeah, I think there's gonna be some people who are happy about this and some people who just don't care. I think it's a fine set. These mechs can be cool sometimes, but yeah, it's a solid set, and I think the Shock Trooper is an okay selection. The most exciting set for me personally is gonna be set number 75499, Siege of Mandalore Battlepack. The set is gonna retail for roughly $20, so finally a cheaper Battlepack again, with 116 pieces and 4 minifigures. The 4 minifigures are gonna be 2 Mauldalorians, so like these red painted Mandalore warriors that support Maul, and 2 332nd clones. I don't know why there need to be 2 332nd clones. We got a whole battle pack a couple years back, and I don't think there's a very high demand for more of these troopers. I can only see LEGO including 2 of these, so you need to buy more battle packs to get more Mauldalorians. On the flip side though, I'm very happy that we finally get a nice set to army build those Mauldalorians, as they were only included in a set from 2013, and this was a speeder set with Maul himself, so you couldn't really army build those for a long time. Now we finally get them again, and I think they're gonna look amazing because they're probably gonna have leg printing now, which they didn't have back then. So I'm very hyped for this battle pack. I just don't get why there need to be 2 332nd clones. 1 would have been enough, maybe even less. Now the last set that we got a lot of information about is set number 75452, Buildable BB-8. This set is gonna retail for roughly $90 and gonna include 569 pieces. I don't really get why there is another Buildable BB-8. Like, I think it's nice that sequel fans finally get some other sets for the movies, but I don't know if a Buildable BB-8 was that high in demand. I think there could have been a lot cooler sets with also some new minifigures for the movies. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the sequels, so I'm not that interested in the set either. But just some cool minifigures from the sequels could have been very nice, because the designs are really cool. And some First Order Stormtroopers or Kylo Ren minifigure or a Rey minifigure, anything like that could have been way more interesting than a Buildable BB-8, which we've had a couple of years back, and it's still not that expensive on the aftermarket, if I remember that right. So yeah, I don't really think this was necessary. Now, to conclude the leaks that we have of the LEGO Star Wars 2026 January wave, we have 2 sets that we don't really know much about, but we know something. The set number 75421, this is an Imperial set for roughly $70. We don't know the piece count, we don't know the minifigures, we don't really know what it's gonna be about. It's just said that it's gonna be an Imperial set. And there's also gonna be set number 75423, an Rebellion set. We don't really know much about this either. Besides that, it's gonna cost $100 and it's gonna be a Rebellion set. We don't know anything about the minifigures or what it's gonna be about, what the source material is. I hope that it's maybe gonna be a remake of the Endor bunker or something like that. But yeah, I don't really know what it is. I'm just interested to see what it's gonna be. We also have some rumors about sets further down the road in 2026. The first one is gonna be a Darth Vader bust. This is rumored to be similar to the recent Marvel bust that LEGO released. I think it's a cool idea, as I like these busts from the concept. It's of course gonna be interesting to see how they turn out, what the price is gonna be and how they are gonna look, but I think it's a fine idea. Now, as I just said, it's gonna be very likely that LEGO is gonna release a lot of Mando and Grogu sets, and here is another one. A Playscale 8080 based on the Mandalorian and Grogu version from the movie. We don't know anything about piece count, price, minifigures or anything else other than it's gonna be a Playscale 8080 based on this movie. It's nice to have another 8080 on the shelves. It's always good to have one. So yeah, let's see how it turns out. I hope they don't downscale it too much or overprice it like the recent other LEGO Star Wars sets. But yeah, we're gonna see. Now the last leak / rumor I have for this video is a Playscale Razor Crest based on the Mando and Grogu movie. It's said to be more yellow than the previous set, so it's gonna look a little bit different in the old Playscale version. Other than that, we have no information about it, so yeah, it's interesting, I guess. But yeah, not much information. The movie's not out yet, so yeah, we'll see how this turns out. Now try to keep this video as short as possible, so you get these news and rumors as quick as possible. If you enjoyed it, I would highly appreciate a like to support the channel, and please consider subscribing if you're new. I'm sorry for the more inconsistent uploads the last couple of weeks. I had a lot of stress in real life and not really much time to do some videos, but now I'm gonna be way more regular on content production and also gonna be releasing more videos, so definitely stay tuned for that. And if you don't want to miss anything, as I said, I would highly appreciate a like, subscribe to support the channel. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this news video, and until then, have a great day.